So we're working on bleeding the brakes, got a new master on it with that Malibu booster. We ended up with another S10 pickup master cylinder because the Astrovan master I wanted to use would not work. It hit the vacuum port for the booster, and there was no way to make it work. And the reservoir for the Astrovan thing is set up, the firewall must like angle, and the reservoir was set to be flat, even though, you know, the master itself was pushing downward. So I don't, somebody online said that would work, but I don't know. I guess if you want stuff that looks cobbled, maybe, but no, I don't think so. So anyway, Scott's helped me. We're bleeding the brakes and we're getting good clear fluid to the wheels. We got finally getting fluid to the front, so just kind of going around doing a final bleed on things, and maybe we can fire it back up, and then we'll get to checking the other fluids, getting it full of tranny fluid and coolant and stuff. So all right, so we got the brakes all thoroughly bled. The cooling fans are wired. We added some more transmission fluid, but maybe it's ready to run and do things. I guess we're gonna start it up and try and run it on the hoist a little bit, and then kind of get some heat in the motor and work the other fluids, see if we can get all the levels checked and everything set. So I guess here goes nothing. Fuel pump prime. No, what that was about. Why is it not running? I don't know if it's got to do like some sort of an idle learn, or just because we cranked it a bunch. I'm not sure what that was about, but do I got a vacuum leak or something? Well, we can't get it to run 100%. It's like missing on 3 cylinders and stuff still, but we do have brakes, and it starts and it goes into gear. And my brother's flying home today, and we're having a big brunch in my barn, so we gotta get it out of the way. I mean, it's got that cool hot roddy lope to it, but it's because it's missing. But it runs and it moves, so, you know, we'll take the wins we can get. I thought that I had this kind of man cave area built out for me, but it turns out that I must just be a big kid because the little kids are loving it. We got a full day of this.
Oh man.
Sitting outside the stores waiting on the girls shopping. We're at downtown Suttons Bay, and this is store number 2, and I think the 3 of us are already about heading up. But on the plus side, it's a beautiful day to be outside at least, so we can hang out on the sidewalk, I guess.
Here we go. You ready? Uh-oh, see, I got you with one and you fell in your hole, so this time I get a point.
Right.
And the marshmallow comes off, and we're ready to go again. Here we are.
Okay, I guess I'm ready to check out.
I can't get over there. There's a board right there.
Oh.
Oh,
then you got the
they jump
marshmallow.
right on.
Couple people standing here. Dad went down the first little bit. Yeah. I don't see people going down now. Well, we don't really have the truck running right yet, but the tailgate just looks too naked. So I went out to the scrap pile and pulled the old grill off, and I ground the studs off the back of it and put double-sided tape on it, and we're gonna put a GMC badge in the middle of the tailgate because I think it just looks like it belongs. The height, maybe I should grab some masking tape, kind of set my line. I like that. That looks pretty good. There we just go for it. So I've been out with the family all day, and they were going off to do other stuff, and Scott brought over extra intake with injectors on it that he had, and we took them off, sprayed some of them out, all of them out with Carb Clean, and swapped over. His fuel rail was way nicer looking. It wasn't rusty, so we swapped that on. Just gonna put a little, like another half quart of ATF in it. It moves, but it doesn't feel like it like locks right into gear right away when you drop it into gear. So just trying to work through any of these little kinks, but really hoping that this is the trick and this thing will just run smooth on 8 cylinders and we'll be dialed. But I don't know. We're gonna find out in a minute. All right, so we don't seem to be counting misfires now. However, it does still seem to be running real rich. We hooked the scanner back up to it, and the Bank 1 sensor 1 oxygen sensor was not, it was like barely reading, if ever. So we just found that the sensor was covered in brake fluid. The plug-in was sitting directly underneath our brake master cylinder, which we had to bleed and do all the stuff with because we had a bad master. So hoping that maybe that's all it was. The wires are in it. Maybe we should have checked the wire orientation and made sure they wired them. Yeah, we should double check that before we start it again. We do have, so the used IROC steering gearbox that I got is leaking on the input side. So we're gonna have to do something about that. Also, the transmission fluid line, cooler lines are leaking on the side of the case. So I think I gotta pick up some new ones of those, new O-rings and stuff. So yeah, but the more it runs, the more of these little quirks we're gonna have to work through. That's just the way it is, but can't wait to have them all sorted sooner or later. So It's kind of not too terrible that way, but as you look further to the west, I think we're in for some ugly weather. It's moving fast. So the dark sky is over me and the wind just started kicking up. Look at that dust blowing across the field. It's gonna get ugly. Probably better close this barn door. Super wicked because behind the house it looks like the clouds are traveling from the south towards the northeast. Looking north, the clouds are traveling to the northeast or more east. It looks like they're clashing back there. Kind of crazy. So it's been a long week. Just enjoying the time. My brother was in town and his family, so we got to have some fun with them. And then been with my new work schedule, working until 4:30 at night. And then we had our company has a big like annual meeting thing that we do. That was Thursday night, and now it's Friday morning. I had to take a test for some work training stuff, and now Jocelyn and I are headed down to Grand Rapids. So my uncle's in the hospital and not doing good. So got other family in town. I'm supposed to be coming to meet him and see him, and we're gonna just try and meet up with everybody. And yeah, it's been a long week. So it's Saturday. I got my injectors back from the cleaning guy. They all cleaned. Actually, I had to give him 16 injectors to get 8 that flowed even remotely. And he's got 8 of them that all flow within like 2% of each other, which is way better than I was going to get buying any from online, I'm sure. So I just got those all put back in. I had kind of sprayed through to try and clean the idle air control motor before, but I took the throttle body right off, cleaned the ports on it, cleaned the backside of the throttle plate as best I could. Like, you know, I trying to do anything I can do to get this darn thing to run. So currently the power steering gearbox, I have the sector shaft unhooked because I need to rebuild the steering gearbox's pee and fluid out bad. But I just want to start the thing and see if the injectors were the cure-all for the running issue. I mean, worst case scenario, it wasn't, but at least I can check that question mark off, right? Like I know that that's not the issue now. So while the fuel rail was disconnected, I went ahead and had my wife cycle the key a few times. We flushed out the fuel lines to make sure there was nothing crummy in the fuel lines. So, I don't know. I'm going to hook the battery back up and we'll see what happens. Wish us luck. Well, here goes nothing. Wow. That is the best it has sounded yet. Have a winner. It's idling Dude, that's freaking awesome. Heck yeah. I mean, I haven't turned the scanner on to see if we have any codes, but it sounds good. Nice. All right, so I decided that after I ran it some, because of the way it was running so rich before and spitting like raw fuel out the tailpipe, it would be a really good idea to change the oil. So I went ahead, drained the oil, changed the oil and filter. While I was under there, I disconnected the leaking transmission cooler lines, so those fittings that go in the side of the transmission. So on these trucks, on the transmissions, there's these fittings that your transmission cooler lines snap into. And I think the like rubber O-rings or whatever is down inside of there in mine are bad because they were leaking out past the transmission cooler metal lines. So I went ahead and removed those. I got to try and get some of those and then see if I can replace the input seal on the front of this power steering gearbox, or if I'm going to have to get a different gearbox. I did some beating on it to try and get it apart, and I was kind of not having any luck. So anyway, we'll get that figured out. And I mean, we're slowly working through the kinks. I did find when I was under there that the oxygen sensors were still unplugged from some testing. So we'll plug those back in and we get all this other stuff done. We'll start it up and see where we're at. I mean, it felt very promising, but I mean, if those little two sensors are junk or bad or reading incorrectly or something, that may throw us right back to where we were. So in the meantime, I guess just cross your fingers and say a prayer for my Uncle Todd, and we're going to keep working on this thing.